Hey guys, Eric and Joey here to talk about The Walking Dead, This Sorrowful Life, the penultimate episode of Season 3, and certainly this was all about Merle this week.
It was all about Merle, which actually turned out a lot better than I would have expected, even, a few episodes ago.
Yeah, it was, Merle, we talked about how they definitely had sort of softened him from when he appeared in Season 1 and was kind of way over the top.
Yeah.
And this was a great episode for him. I don't think it quite 100% matches what we knew of him in the past.
Yeah.
But certainly just in and of itself, I thought it was a very well-written episode. Michael Rooker gave a great performance and showing this sort of guy realizing all his life, the choices he's made, and what he's going to do at the end.
Yeah, I thought Rooker was great. I liked the episode a lot, but my problem is that it's another case of The Walking Dead making a character interesting all of a sudden and then killing him off.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I would have liked to see more of that Merle and see how he integrates with the group and see how his relationship with his brother grows and all that stuff, but we don't get a chance to see any of that.
Yeah, I do agree. Like, this is the episode that sort of made me think, oh, Merle could work with the group.
Yeah.
I don't think this episode was sort of as other times with other characters like T-Dog and Axel, it really was almost like, we're going to give them like one scene of like talking about stuff and then kill them. This was much more, I think he got his due in this episode, but I do agree with you. It made you think, oh, there could be some more interesting things here.
Yeah, and I do like that he was paired with Michonne, you know, because those are the two of the problem characters in the show, and I think putting them together and just showing that they have grown and having them interact, I think, worked in both of their favors.
Yeah, I mean, we hadn't really, Michonne was obviously in the episode Clear. We definitely came to like her a lot more. Last couple weeks, we didn't really see much of her, so I was very glad to see the new and improved Michonne was sticking around.
Yeah.
I thought that the interaction between the two of them was very well done, and it also had a great sort of action sequence, which was the car alarm calling the zombies to them.
There's some great kills in there, particularly the wire around the pole thing. That was gross and awesome, so I enjoyed that.
The curb stomp. I almost thought it'd be funny if she managed to somehow kill like all 15 or so of those zombies.
Well, he's not paying attention.
Lily Monroe would come out and be like, "Okay, we're ready to go."
That would have been great.
It would have been great. They didn't go there though. And it obviously it all happened. At the end, led towards Merle making this decision to let Michonne go and to go and try to stop the governor himself. Yeah. And I thought his whole plan was pretty ingenious.
Yeah, I think the way the episode was structured, and you think he's still being a jerk, and doing this stuff on his own, but as it slowly revealed, it sort of that helps his character. Really, just having that motive that he had.
I liked how, at first it looked like maybe he was just kind of in a weird suicidal state when he's sitting and he's blasting Motorhead. And the zombies coming, and then when you realize that he's purposely bringing them along, the whole ambush, the fact that, the gunfire would be masked by the governor's men trying to kill the zombies. That was a very smart plan, Merle.
Yeah. Although he didn't pull the trigger on the governor when he clearly had a shot for about 5 seconds.
Right.
Hey, what can you do?
What can you do? So, by the end, I would say it definitely made Merle's death meaningful, and I thought Norman Reedus was awesome showing Daryl reacting to Merle's death.
Yeah, see, that's another moment I feel like The Walking Dead has done before, like that slow reveal of like, oh, they're zombies now, and what happens after that. But I think Reedus sold that moment really, really well. Yeah. Better than we've seen in the past.
I thought it was really kind of interesting and cool, the emotional thing of he kept kind of shoving him away. It's like he knew it was his brother, but it wasn't, and at first he couldn't bring himself to kill him, and then when he did, he just
unleashed.
He unleashed
all of those years of hate and anger and brotherly love.
That's right. There was some tough therapy going on there. Obviously, that was what dominated the episode, the Merle story. But there were a couple interesting things back at the prison. I thought a pretty sweet story for Glenn. Glenn and Maggie.
I love Glenn and Maggie. I really, really do. But I just thought I liked the scene with Glenn and Herschel.
Yeah,
I thought that was sweet.
Scene.
But getting the ring from the zombie is just really cheesy. And I do like that he didn't get out, down on his knee and propose or anything. Right. He was just like, you know what? Here. We're getting married.
Right.
If that's cool with you. Which I like that. But it just seems sort of shoehorned into this episode,
It was kind of a strange place for it to be in this episode. But yeah, I thought the scene with Herschel was great. And the fact that he's so matter of fact, kind of like, we might die in a week, but first I want to marry her.
Right.
I liked the finger thing just because I felt like it was sort of so grimly practical. It's like, hey, how am I going to get a ring? Hey, I bet one of these people was married.
Yeah.
So I'll snap their finger off. And Maggie, she probably can kind of guess, but we just won't talk about it.
Yeah, she's just going to ignore it.
Yeah.
But I do like Rick's whole finally taking a stand kind of, and just like accepting that the Rick-tatorship didn't work out so well for him.
Right.
Clearly, like, all this terrible stuff that's happened is kind of his fault.
Yeah.
So I like that he stepped up and was like, apologized, and he said, you know what, this is a group. we're a democracy.
Yeah, I like that too. It's good to see. He had a sort of a nice speech that I thought was kind of a interesting mirror of one in the comic book that's a much grimmer one where he talks about we're all the Walking Dead. But
I'm still waiting for that line.
Yeah, but this one was more like we were here together.
Yeah.
And also I wonder with Lori, because he had one more vision of her. I keep wondering, is this the last one? Is this him like saying goodbye?
I hope so.
I don't know. There's one more episode this season, so I feel like Ghost Lori. She could pop up one
Ghost
more
Lori, Ghost Shane, Ghost anybody could pop up at any moment. You never know.
You never know. So next week is the big finale. What did you think of this episode? Did you think Merle got his due? Would you like to see more of Merle? And let us know what you think is going to happen next week as season 3 wraps up. Thanks, guys.